Terrific, guys. Today I'm going to do a quick test of a USB microphone from Fifine, and I have here this very small and compact set, and if I'm not mistaken it's the K670 set, which I'm going to unbox and test for you today. And I know that these small USB microphones are especially suited for people who don't want to deal with XLR cables and external audio interfaces. These small microphone kits are very useful because as you may know from my other videos, this is the introductory part. In part 2, I'm going to do a quick unboxing, show you what's inside the package. This set has a small microphone stand. It has a really portable, compact size, and you can just plug it into your computer and you're ready to record a podcast, a live stream, do a Skype call in better audio quality. Many people know the problem. You want to make a Skype call, maybe your notebook speakers are not nearly as good as with an external mic as this. So that's what we're going to test today. Guys, I'm awesome you're here. Let's just get rolling with the unboxing. Excellent. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to compare this USB microphone also that I can do with my standard XLR mic, the Shure, so that you're going to hear in sound test part 3 the USB mic versus my other standard reference mic. So let me quickly unbox this and give you an idea what you can find inside the package. Very nicely packaged, manual, different languages. Should be pretty self-explanatory. Most of these USB mics, you just connect them and you're ready to go. Take this cover off. And first impression, build quality looks really nice. So let's take this out and show you a close-up shot of this really nicely made microphone. So let's see whether it sounds similarly well the way the first impression it just made. Here you also have a headphone jack, so that's probably for direct monitoring. Here you also want to pay attention, this is the bigger thread. There should also be an adapter in there for the smaller thread. One thing I could imagine is that microphone height and microphone position is also something you can pay attention to get the most out of a microphone like this. Obviously you can turn up the volume higher if you're further away, and you can lower it if you're closer. You shouldn't get too close. Recommend to people to play a little bit around with picking your perfect distance. Obviously, if you have like a wooden table like that and you go far away from the microphone or a little bit further away from the microphone, also your sound can bounce off the table and be reflected back. So try to find a middle ground where you're not too close and not too far away. That should yield you that will yield you the best sound results. Here we have the USB cable also. I like how they made that. They paid a little bit attention to the detail, like this silvery accent. I think that fits with the design scheme of the microphone. And then we have the microphone stand and the smaller threaded adapter. That's also makes sense to pay attention to have the smaller threaded adapter, because maybe one day you want to upgrade to a bigger microphone stand. Obviously this doesn't seem that high, and actually very interesting, it seems to be modular. So those are 3 modules and you attach this here. I've never seen like a module like this, but the point is the height. So this is very low, it's a compact microphone stand, so that makes it good to transport around. Let's say you're on the go and you want to use something that's portable, but then the trade-off is it's not going to be super high. So for a tall person like me, I usually want it to be a little bit higher. So that's where another microphone stand can be beneficial, but that's easily upgradable. Guys, why don't we just jump into the computer, do a test recording, and then compare this USB mic against my standard reference mic. Excellent. Right now we jumped into the computer and I've connected the Fifine K670 USB microphone to my system, and yeah, you can see how this mic sounds right now. I put the volume control, the sensitivity on the 1 o'clock position, and I have approximately 2 hands of distance in between. Obviously you can vary it a little bit based on your personal preference and room acoustics. Normally if you're a little bit closer to the mic, you can dial the sensitivity down. My guesstimate would be it gives you a better sound. If I would lean away very far, maybe I had to turn the volume up higher, let's say on a 3 o'clock position, and then it would pick up a little bit more of the room acoustics. Guys, it always depends on the particular microphone. I dialed it down back to the 1 o'clock position, and yeah, I mean, it has this blue light, blue illumination here, looks very nice. And why don't we quickly open up the recording settings as well? That's also something you might want to check right now. I'm recording in 16-bit 48 kilohertz. Yeah, basically, if you never heard about this, if you, for example, work with a little bit more expensive audio gear, like external microphones with external sound cards, sometimes they support 24-bit, but obviously since the Fifine is very compact microphone, that's I think good for traveling or on the go, or if you want something small and lightweight, you have to put all the analog to digital converters into the microphone itself. So, and obviously since it's also a little bit more of a budget product, I think only more expensive USB mics have the 24-bit. So that's perfectly fine. Why don't we just compare this USB microphone against my standard reference mic, the Shure SM58. So let's jump to sound test part 3B. And terrific, right now we jump to sound test part 3B, and I connected the classical, my old Shure SM58 microphone. It's an XLR microphone to the computer, and yes, this microphone sounds different, and yes, it's considerably more pricey. And not only is the microphone more pricey, you also have to consider that because this is not a USB microphone right now, the second one that I'm testing, it's an XLR mic. So that's one thing you can consider. USB mics is the most easy to use and probably also the most affordable. And as soon as you go to XLR gear, especially if it's a little bit more professional or brand name products, you have to pay a premium. And let me quickly open up this audio settings menu again. So right now I'm running the XLR microphone and I'm connecting it to a separate USB, separate audio interface, a Firewire, an old, very old Firewire interface, in fact, that has 24 bits. So the gear is, I mean, I have to guess at least, I think 4 times as expensive that I'm using right now in sound test part 3B as compared to the Fifine. So that should give you a good impression of the price value you can expect when using different types of microphones. And let's jump quickly to the part 4 summary and conclusion, and I'm going to recap the most important points for you once more. But as you can see, both microphones you can use greatly for voice and recording podcasts or live streams and gaming. So let's jump to part 4. Very good. Then right now we jump to part 4, summary and conclusion. I'm going to quickly recap what I've learned about this Fifine microphone. What I immediately noticed is that, for example, the microphone stand, the included one is this small one. I think is probably most appealing to people who want to carry this around, maybe in your notebook or laptop or bag. That would be kind of useful. For comparison purposes, I put my old microphone stand next to it. This is the one that I'm usually using. Obviously that's very heavy and big, so that's not something you carry around. So keep that in mind, the microphone stand is a little bit smaller. What I really liked is the USB cable has this Velcro strip also included, so that's easy to carry it around. You can put that into your bag. And yeah, overall the build quality looked very nice. And in addition, I also compared the Fifine USB microphone against the classical Shure SM58 XLR mic. Like I always like to say, people can visit my channel page, I show this to you here, and compare different audio gear in the audio equipment playlist, as I've just shown to you. There I have compared different USB mics, XLR mics, preamps, audio interfaces, so you can generally learn a little bit more about audio equipment before making a purchase. Let me know if you have a particular question below. I can address that in future videos. And yeah, you're invited to check my channel page in the audio playlist as well and learn more. A lot of people have already subscribed. You can subscribe right now as well. Today the video was a little bit shorter and a little bit more concise, but I have made a lot of audio videos already, so that also you can always refer to that. Guys, I see you in the next video, and as a subscriber, take care, have fun with your new gear. And because you just watched my review of the Fifine USB microphone, you might also be interested in comparing some more traditional XLR gear. And for this I have reviewed a bunch of USB audio interfaces as well, like the Steinberg, where you can connect different XLR microphones to. So that might be interesting for you to compare the USB option versus the standard XLR option. A lot of people have already subscribed because of the useful content. You can subscribe right now as well. Take care.